This stream a little early. Worried about losing light, and it looks so nice right now that I'm going to start early. I am on the corner of, what is this? 17th Street? Oh, it's terrible. 14th Street. I should know my streets. I'm on 14th and Jefferson Street. As you can see, I'm at the Washington Monument. And over there on Independence Avenue is the Department of Interior building. And a great view of the Washington Monument. Hi, Naveed. We are going to check out the cherry blossoms before it gets too dark. Hi, Daly. Yeah, I started the stream a little early because I was losing light. And it's also a little colder than I thought. So we're going to go check out the cherry blossoms before it gets too dark, since I'm working down here tonight. Now, I apologize in advance if this is a bouncy video because I'm walking really fast to get to where I need to be. I'm on 14th Street heading south toward the Tidal Basin, where the Jefferson Memorial is, which is surrounded by the cherry trees. This is the first, I believe, the first day of what's called peak bloom for the cherry blossoms. It's a big deal in Washington, D.C., Cherry Blossom Festival time. And I wanted to get down here not on a weekend. I have been here during Cherry Blossom Festival on a weekend. Holy moly. You can't walk. It's unreal. So just for your bearings, this is the Department of Agriculture building. Actually, these two buildings with the walkway that spans Independence Avenue, 1400 Independence Avenue to be exact. And when it's safe, all right, we're gonna cross this way. Since we have the light here, crossing Independence Avenue, you can take a look. This is facing east on Independence Avenue. And if I were to continue to go that way, I would come across the National Air and Space Museum, the whole bunch of museums down there, the Hirshhorn, the Smithsonian Castle. This is the Holocaust Museum. And I highly recommend a visit with humility and respect to the National Holocaust Museum. All right, and there's a really nice shot of the Washington Monument. Just fantastic here. So in one of my videos where I'm recreating the walk, or the march, I should say, on probably September 6th, I believe September 6th, 1862, where the Union Army marched from Virginia through Washington, D.C. on its way to the Maryland Campaign and eventually the Battle of Antietam on September 17th. This is where they marched. They marched up 14th Street from Long Bridge, which does not exist anymore. They marched up 14th Street past the part of the Washington Monument that was under construction, and then continuing up 14th Street past the White House, Pennsylvania Avenue, and then on to Georgetown. So I've done some videos on that because I've retraced my ancestors' footsteps going that way. Now, I was yapping and I missed the short light to cross the street here. That's what happens when I start yapping. I also had to yap over that music that car was playing, because I'll end up with a copyright strike. Not a copyright strike, but a claim. for having live music. Alright. Okay, now I'll make my way across. As soon as it's safe to do so. Alright, I'm good now. No, I'm not near the White House this time. I am south. The White House is north of the Washington Monument. Here's the United States Forest Service at the Department of Interior building here. I'm about 10-minute walk from the White House. Hey, Washington is great because you can walk everywhere. And again, I'm sorry I'm walking so fast right now. Getting windy and getting a little chilly. And I want to get there while we still have a tiny bit of light left in the day. But I also do want to admire that view for a minute. So I'm walking west on Independence Avenue. You can just see at the base of the Washington Monument some of the cherry trees, but the best place to see them is the Tidal Basin where we're going. Yep, lots of people walking, lots of people still riding bikes. Many people who work in Washington, D.C. use public transportation. Our metro system is pretty good. And again, I'm sorry for walking so fast. I want to get there quickly. Okay, got walking, dude. Well, I know Naveed. Who else is in chat and where are you from? We're in Washington, D.C. Now I've just turned south on 15th Street and I'm going to try to walk a little slower so it's not such a bumpy walk. And you'll start to see the Jefferson Memorial peeking out over the trees over there. Oops, I should have gone down one more street. Okay, I recommend if you're walking on Independence Avenue like me, I recommend going down one more street before you turn south. But that's okay because now I still have this great view of the Washington Monument. But my objective is that Jefferson Memorial over there. And we'll see if we can even see the trees in this light. I'm trying to walk really fast and keep my eye on the sidewalk. Always in this area, watch the sidewalk. There are potholes from place to place. You can't get lost around here with all these informational signs telling everyone where they are. Catching the last few minutes of sunset here. If I can get over there quickly. Quickly. So about these cherry trees. The cherry trees were donated by the people of Japan, the first batch, in, I think, 1910. And unfortunately, the first batch arrived and was diseased. And the particular disease and pestilence would have been very damaging to our ecosystem. So sadly, the first batch of cherry trees was burned and destroyed. A few years later, the people of Japan made another donation of thousands of cherry trees. They were planted here and in other places around Washington, D.C. They are lovingly maintained by the National Park Service as part of the National Capital Area. And every year in March, we celebrate the Cherry Blossom Festival. And yet again, I'm going to have to continue to talk loudly because of the music being blared by this person who's in a little bicycle next to me. Oh, I do like to walk, Naveed. Some of the others on this stream, like Abe, and a few other folks that I've had the fortune to meet up with, they know how much I walk. I walk miles and miles and miles. I like to see places and things. Okay, I'm gonna go on mute just because of the music next to me. Hold on. All right, now the music is gone, so I can come off mute. I'm coming off mute, but I am going to take a photo. And so the stream is going to pause for just a second while I get this great photo, so hold on. Okay, I am back. And that is the Jefferson Memorial. This is the Tidal Basin. There's an airplane. And now we are heading into Cherry Tree Central. And again, there's a cyclist that has a really loud radio. So if the stream goes mute, it's because I'm trying not to get the music on stream so we don't have an issue here. So I'll keep talking until I can't keep it out anymore. And then I might go mute for a second. All right. So this is what we're... And I'm going to take another photo really quickly. So hold on. All right, so those are my thumbnail photos. Those are beautiful. Of course, in the bright sunlight, they look very different. But even in this light in the evening, is quite interesting in the evening. Yeah, this is one of those, like, if you're not paying attention, you're definitely going to hit your head on these boughs. So people come here to get this photo, right, with the cherry blossoms framing the Jefferson Memorial, which is where everyone wants to get their photo taken. And it looks awesome.
I don't want to bother anyone.
It looks awesome. This is the perfect spot for photo taking. People come here from around the world for this scene right here. And to get their picture taken. And during the day, this is bright white and pink. against the blue water. Vincent van Gogh's painting of the cherry blossoms against blue sky. And obviously Van Gogh wasn't here in Washington, D.C., but that's what it reminds me of. And again, it's nighttime, so we're not getting them all in all their grandeur, but it is quite beautiful, with many people taking photos. And there are quite a few tree roots here. My nemesis, the cause of my broken ribs a few weeks ago. They're not all bloomed. I think it's really just beginning to bloom. So by Saturday and Sunday, this is just going to be puffy pink. Puffy pink blooms everywhere by the weekend. And thousands of people all smushed up to get glimpses of these tree branches, which are pretty amazing. And a really good view there of the Jefferson Memorial. Whew, it's chilly. Colder than I expected. It was warmer this morning. Warmer today, I mean. As soon as the sun went down, it got really cold. Now, when you walk around the Tidal Basin, and I've been here when it was icy and snowy. You may have seen my video from the Jefferson Memorial in the snow.
No, that was your dad. That's a better story. You swim halfway across the earth.
But most of the trek here is paved. You just have to watch for potholes and tree roots. But as you get closer to the Jefferson Memorial, it gets a little more dangerous. Because there's parts that, at least when I was here before, were not paved. They were being the area was being resurfaced.
This shit fire.
Well, I won't be uploading this post for sure. People keep walking past me and cursing into thin air. Thank you, Naveed. I do appreciate that. Make our way over here to the memorial, and then we'll take a good look back on Washington. Now down here, if anyone saw my stream in the winter, down here is my favorite trail sign of all time. And it makes me laugh every time I see this thing. It's good to have signs on trails to keep us safe, but this one's just hilarious. Warning us of the low-hanging branches. And the sign, the guy's just getting bopped in the head. I don't know why, that just makes me laugh. That is just silly. So down here it gets a little dangerous. The sidewalk is not very even. And you don't want to end up in the cold, cold water. So I'm going to stay as far away from it as I can. as we head up to the Jefferson Memorial. Those buildings in the distance, that's Rosalind, Virginia, which is across the Key Bridge, the Washington Key Bridge, not the Baltimore Key Bridge, the infamous bridge that fell down.
I can see your teeth.
The Rosalind Key Bridge connects Rosalind, Virginia with Georgetown. And I was thinking of doing a stream walking across it, but I've walked across bridges before. I have no interest. The traffic, the smell, the grit, the dirt. I have absolutely no interest in doing that again. I did the Woodrow Wilson Bridge, which is a big bridge across the Potomac River on the main highway, Highway 495. And you see people jogging and running and walking across that bridge. And I see people doing it every day, but I'll bet you no one does it twice because it's horrendous. You don't realize how filthy the air is when you're running or walking on a bridge on a highway. So we won't be doing that. All right, we are way too close to the water here. I'm gonna work my way closer to land and around these trees. This is where, when it was icy, this was really dangerous. Lots of tree roots you probably can't see, and I can barely see. And the road is no longer paved here. Daryl, you made it. Hey, look, Daryl. Look how beautiful that is. Hey, I was checking out the cherry blossoms before it got super dark. Now I'm heading to the Jefferson Memorial in the dark. And I'm so glad you're here, Daryl. I know I started the stream early. I planned on doing it at 8 o'clock. But the sunlight was leaving me so fast that I don't know what I was thinking, like 8 o'clock. It's not summer yet. It gets dark here at a lot earlier than 8 o'clock for sure. It's 8 o'clock right now. And there's just a little bit of light left. Now this is where it's very muddy and very close to the water. So I'm gonna be super duper careful and not get bumped into the water. But beautiful view. There's our Washington Monument, and we're coming right here. We're coming right up on the Jefferson Memorial. Daryl, you having a good day today? Yeah, I don't know what possessed me to do this today, but I'm not doing Cherry Blossom Festival on the weekend. I did that one time in my life, and it was not very smart. Too many people. All right, so here's Mr. Jefferson's Memorial. We'll take a look back on the Washington Monument. We will climb the steps, but I will be super quiet and respectful because the monument requests it. Because it's super loud. And I will also be super careful climbing these stairs because there's lots of them.
Of what?
A boy.
A boy. A statue of a boy. That boy's name is Thomas Jefferson. And he did a heck of a lot. Now for me, Jefferson, one of his most awesome things he did was donate his entire library to the United States. And that library, his personal library, eventually became the Library of Congress, which is one of my favorite places in the world, both physically and virtually, for the collections it houses. Yeah, I know. That's a lot of stairs for late in the day. I'm going to be quiet now as we head inside the rotunda.
Yes, I gotta use it too.
Naveed Thomas Jefferson was the third president of the United States. He crafted the Declaration of Independence. He crafted most of our federal government system. But he worked along with a number of men who didn't agree with him and realized that that was a good thing. That disagreeing with people didn't mean you go to war with them. It means that you work with them and you compromise. So you had people like Jefferson and Madison who didn't see eye to eye on a lot of things. And Hamilton and Ben Franklin and George Washington and John Adams and all the men that created our country, they didn't agree. They were very different. But bringing all those differences together created our amazing country. We couldn't have the country we have today if they all agreed on everything, because then we wouldn't have a mix. We wouldn't have three branches of government. We wouldn't have the checks and balances that we have. We wouldn't have a separation between, well, ostensibly, a separation between church and state, separation between the banks and the state. So everything they did, and you can read all about it in the Federalist Papers, everything they did was a compromise. Oops. And all of those compromises came together to form a fantastic country. And I'm swarmed by school children right now. So it's time to make my exit. I love these marble. I love the marble, granite, all of that stuff in stone. The steps are marble. The columns are, I think, granite. All right, I'm taking my time going down these stairs. Yes, so Thomas Jefferson died on the 4th of July, 1826, the exact same day and within an hour of John Adams. And that date, July 4th, 1826, was exactly 50 years from the day that the Declaration of Independence was signed. So a poetic ending for two men who didn't always get along. John Adams, who's a very underrated president, and there's a miniseries. HBO had done a miniseries based on the book John Adams. Fantastic. But the miniseries culminates in a series of letters between Adams and Jefferson, which end on the day of their death. They died together, not at the same place, but on the same day, July 4th, 1826. Exactly 50 years from the day that, for them, it all began. On July 4th, 1776. For us, our country began on that day. So over here, across the water here, you can see the Lincoln Memorial. Kind of hard. Trying not to get all these obnoxious children in my view, but what are you gonna do? I'm gonna walk back up and see what other sites I can see. Not going to go to the Lincoln Memorial. So someone asked on a prior stream, why I haven't walked to the Lincoln Memorial. The Lincoln Memorial, I believe, is still under massive renovation. So over the summer I was there, and they have like a temporary ramp on the side where there's some work being done. I believe, please don't quote me, I believe there is a separate visitor center being built at the Lincoln Memorial. So right now, the Lincoln Memorial and our National Park Service maintains all of these monuments and memorials. So Jefferson, Washington, Lincoln. Our wonderful National Park Service maintains all of these memorials for us to enjoy and learn from. But there was massive renovation going on over at the Lincoln Memorial, and it really wasn't in any shape to film, because from the ground, it doesn't look like the Lincoln Memorial should look like. So I'm sure this summer we'll definitely take a look and come back and get a look at the Lincoln Memorial. Now I'm gonna walk extraordinarily slow because it's already dark and there's lots of potholes, so I don't want to fall down. But we will enjoy the view slowly as we work our way back up to Independence Avenue. So if you're in Washington, D.C., Independence Avenue and Constitution Avenue. Okay, I'm gonna have to crawl in here because this is all muddy wet. Independence Avenue and Constitution Avenue are the main east-west thoroughfares on either side of our National Mall. So they're the main east-west routes down here where all the monuments and memorials are. If you get here in time on the weekends, there is plenty of parking around the National Mall. Hey, what are you doing up, James? What are you doing up? It's good to see you. It's like, what time is it? Did your clocks change yet? So did they change the day we did the sting, or did they change this weekend? Either way, it's late for you, James. All right, here's that tree that I'm gonna have to go around. I am not crawling under this tree. Yeah, I'm in a business suit right now, just so you know. Sneakers. I have my sneakers on, but I am, okay, number one. So, contact my next of kin if anything happens here. Number one, it's dark. Number two, I'm way close to the water and there's no fence. Number three, there's tree roots and tree branches everywhere. And number four, I'm in a business suit. And as the Blues Brothers would say, hit it. Oh, this Sunday you change your time. Okay. So it's midnight right now for you. So you're only 4 hours ahead of us. It's 8 p.m. here. It just got dark. There's still some fleeting sunset over there. We just climbed up the Jefferson Memorial after checking out the cherry blossoms, which are right here, but you can't see them now. There's no light whatsoever. I can kind of see them. Nope, you can't. Not even a chance. Not even a chance. And I will not be uploading this stream, so I hope as many people like and chat in the stream now, because a couple things happened on the way down here. Tons of music from cars and bicycles, etc. And then a whole bunch of people just cursing for no reason all around me. So I won't be uploading this one. So I got a copyright claim on the one I uploaded from Shepherdstown, West Virginia. And I got a copyright claim on the one before that, all because of background music. So I've disputed both of them. But that's a really nice picture. That's such a good view. I never get tired of this. I don't. Now you can kind of see the blossoms here when there's a little bit of car headlight hitting the blossoms and illuminating my way a little bit. I never get tired of this. I have lived and worked in and around this city my entire life. I know every crack in every sidewalk. I know every street, every memorial, and I see something new every day. I'm definitely a city chick. That's why, yeah, and that's why I do like to take some time in nature when I can. I get out to the parks, but that's what's great about living here. I am minutes away from many, many parks, national parks, state parks, local parks. I'm 2 hours at most away from the Atlantic coast beaches. I'm 2 hours away from the mountains. I'm a train ride away from New York. I'm a quick drive from Philadelphia. I'm, minutes from Washington, D.C. I love living here. The tourist board should hire me. I know, Daryl, right? It's the not bots. It's the AI, the algorithms catch the music. It's not a human. It's a computer that senses the music. So that's the new thing. These fake old cars that are like little pedicabs. It's like old timey-wimey cars. So instead of the garish pedicabs that you see in like New York, I think I've seen them in London too. So we don't have those here. But now the new thing are these. They're not restored old cars. They're not vintage. They're fake. So there's Jefferson over there. So the revitalized DC waterfront is over here, and I know we're getting glare from the streetlights here. But let me see if I can clean that up. Hang on. I don't have a sleeve. Let's see what I can do. This might make it worse. Excuse me. No, they made it a little better. Okay. I'll have to learn to carry one of those little lens cloths. So the revitalized DC waterfront down this end here. It started there's a really good shot of some cherry blossoms. It started many years ago, and it just continues. Restaurants, shops, lots of hotels, condominiums, apartments. And this one here, that's the Hotel Mandarin. It's really nice. And there are other restaurants and hotels down here that have a really good view of the Potomac River. So the rooftop bar we went to last time was called View, V-U-E, on 15th Street, just across from the White House. So we got that view, that side view of the White House, which you never get. You either get the north side facing Pennsylvania Avenue or the south side facing the South Lawn. But from that hotel rooftop bar, you get the side view of the White House. And we had a really good time that night. But these hotels here and these restaurants down here have a view of the Potomac River and National Airport. So you get to watch the planes take off and land. All right, I said I would go about 40 or 45 minutes because I'm not posting this stream, so I can go as long as I want till my phone dies. We'll find the safe crossing here. We'll cross up to the Washington Monument, and then we'll get a view of the museums up on the National Mall. We say mall, not mall. Like my lovely British friends say, mall, on the mall. No, it's a mall. So you can see where we are. These kiosks are everywhere. Tell you where to go. You cannot get lost in Washington. You can hop on the metro and find your way anywhere. Informational signs everywhere. Friendly people everywhere. There's some cherry blossoms. We'll get a shot. So if you can imagine, if you know Van Gogh's cherry blossoms, that's what they look like. We're heading up 14th or 15th. 14th Street. This is 14th Street. I know. Yes! What happened? They are driving on the wrong side. Actually, around here they drive on all sides. They don't care. They just don't care. You know, it's usually just about the time, you know, when I go to London and I stay for like between 8 and 10 days, and I just get used to everything on the other side, and then I come home and then I'm all confused again. You know, like you do. Now this big building here, this is the Bureau of Engraving and Printing. This is where paper money is made. This is where they make the money. So the paper money is made at the Bureau of Engraving and Printing, or as we call it, BEP. The coins are made at the United States Mint. So bills are printed, coins are minted. Why do we care? Well, I used to work at the United States Mint, and they're very, very particular about saying that coins are minted and bills are printed. But the coins are not made here in Washington. While the headquarters of the U.S. Mint is here, there is no actual U.S. Mint here. Those are in Philadelphia, Denver, San Francisco, and all the super special coins are made at West Point. A lot of people don't know that. All the pure gold, platinum, special coins, mint sets are made in West Point. So that's always a good shot when you get the cherry blossoms and the Washington Monument. That's like the trademark shot of the Washington Monument. Yeah, the trees with the white flowers, so these are actual cherry trees down here. And they are across the country, but there are also some fakes. There are different kinds of trees that look like cherry trees, but they're not cherry trees. These are the cherry trees. So I explained at the beginning of the post that trees were donated, about 2,000 trees were donated by Japan in like 1909, 1910. And when they got here, unfortunately, they were diseased and they had to be burned because the disease that they brought would have harmed our ecosystem. So sadly, President Taft had to order that they be burned. So Japan very kindly sent over 3,000 more. And they were planted and they still thrive. And the Cherry Blossom Festival has been around forever. It halted during World War II for obvious reasons, but it resumed in 1948, really as a testament to peace and ongoing peace between our country and Japan. And that's a pretty cool thing. That's a really cool thing. So I've gone about 2 miles, so you've walked along with me for about 2 miles today. We'll just come up here to the mall. We'll get a look on either side and down the museums, and then we'll end the stream. So thanks everybody for joining. Even though I said I was gonna stream and then I streamed at a totally different time. So I'm not a real YouTuber. Not like James. James, I didn't see what you were playing today. Were you playing something super jump scary? I've been lurking in the Skyrim when you've been on Skyrim. I've actually never played Skyrim. It looks like it's something I would really enjoy. But I've never actually... Oh, you're playing Skyrim today. Cool. All right, I've got 40 seconds. This is easy. I can cross in 40 seconds. And all of a sudden, you know, it's like 8:20 now. Now there's like no traffic. You know, people skip out of this town so quickly after work, which is why I love it. When everyone's gone. During the day, I can't stand the tourists, right? Because they're in your way. And I admit, I'm probably one of those when I'm traveling, right? I'm getting on the metro the wrong way. I'm crossing the street at the wrong time. I'm not a good tourist, I'm sure. But at night, I really appreciate the tourists because they're the only people out here with me. And it's just different. It's just a totally different vibe. All the workers go away. And the people who want to be here. And the people who want to be here. And some very creepy people. The people who are here are the people who want to be here at night. And if you're hearing people, so the Washington Monument is still open. Oh, you know why? It's spring break. That's why there's so many kids, teenagers running around. It's spring break, so they're probably not on school trips. They are probably with their families on on spring break trips that they might not want to be on. Running around like maniacs. So I don't know if you can see it. There are people playing laser frisbee in the dark. That's kind of cool. All kinds of leagues here in the summer. I've played softball here in a league. There's soccer, or I'm sorry. There's football, not soccer. Football. There are volleyball courts all along the public land here. And if I just get past these trees, then you'll see the view of the Capitol. And then I'm definitely going home. Because now I'm getting cold. All right, whoops. Okay, I'm gonna cross over here. Whoops. 10 seconds, I got 10 seconds. Sorry for the bouncy stream. When I'm running, I'm bouncing. I'm a bouncy runner. Abe was in the chat. He knows how fast I walk. Abe knows. All right, so all the way down here. Come on now, we've come all this way. We've come all this way to get a view of the Capitol. And there's the view of the Capitol. Oh, and the light's on in the dome. Okay, so the light's on in the dome. That actually means they're working. Haha, you know, whatever they consider working. So the light is always on the dome, but if the light is on in the dome, which maybe you can see, it means they're working. So, Washington Monument, United States Capitol. I'm heading back down to, okay, if I climb up this little hill, if I fall down, I know, I should go on the steps. I know. Okay. I'm good. I made it. I know, I could have walked like 12 feet the other direction and used steps, but you know what? Sometimes we don't. Hello, Kanan. Very nice to meet you. Or Canaan? Canaan? All right. Bumpy. It's probably not smart to not be on a trail here. Oh, okay. Now we're back at 14th Street. So if we wanted to continue this way, which we're not, up 14th Street, we would pass the Willard Hotel, the World War I Memorial, and then on the left would be the Treasury Department, and then the White House, where we've been, where we've walked before. Literally not even a 10-minute walk from here up to the White House. So for those who want to travel to Washington, everything is within walking distance. Everything. Or take the metro. Any time of year. And there are moments when it gets really quiet, and that's nice and peaceful. All right, I'll take one last look over here, and I'll say thank you to everyone who joined the stream. Hope everyone has a great day or a nice evening. James, go to sleep. It's too late. Enjoy your documentary. I know, I'm going home to watch the Vietnam documentary myself. I hope everyone has a great evening. Take care.